So, welcome to these small videos. My name is Carsten and I'll be giving some of my tips and tricks that I use in my life as Scrum Master and coach, Agile coach. Some of you might wonder, why did we start up with the introduction from the Magic Estimation video? The reason is actually that this video marks 5 years of posting a weekly video every single week without any exceptions. As you can see, the format is pretty much the same as when I started, but the last 5 years has been quite a journey for me, to say the least, and it has given me so much in return for these videos. Sometimes I get asked, what do I get from this? And I use these videos, these weekly videos, to push myself to learn new stuff and also to learn people. But let's just look at 5 years. Some think that I have had like a gazillion views and stuff like that, but let's just slowly dive into it. So on YouTube, I have at the moment of recording about 2,700 subscribers, and on LinkedIn 4,300 followers. And on YouTube I have 4,700 viewing hours. In the beginning, I'm not quite sure for how long I would also upload the videos to LinkedIn and on YouTube. And I cannot get that data from LinkedIn because it's too far back into the future. So I don't know how many viewing hours I would have on I have on LinkedIn. I only know from YouTube. And all in all, over these 5 years, I've had 131,000 views. Again, that's only on YouTube. I don't know how many views I got in the beginning. I know that the way that they determine what is a view, LinkedIn seemed to be more forgiving or just show higher view numbers. I don't know if that's real, but that was just my exception. And I remember that the first video I made on Magic Estimation got, I think, 15,000 views or something like that, according to the numbers on LinkedIn. But that was also like out of the ordinary for all my videos. But if we look right now, I've published 261 videos, this video being the 262. And the top video right now is flip charts tips that I did quite a long time ago. Most viewed in all this time is on an online treasure hunt. And the third most viewed is the Magic Estimation video, which was the first video I made. I think that's quite nice, to say the least. So, beside from these ones, which is purely EPing, just what else has happened? I have been blessed with meeting so many awesome people, and it has opened doors I never would have thought that I was able to open. And I'm sorry if I know I will forget some people, but I just have some people that I would like to call out. So I was super lucky to be invited for a conference called Agile Island on Åland by Gunnar, and that was a pretty amazing experience, seeing this Agile conference on Åland and how that actually worked and how they deal with an Agile conference and trying to build an Agile community. That was super inspiring to see, and I hope to be able to return there someday. I was also invited, or I submitted a talk to XP 2022, where I did a talk on playful agility at the Lego group. And this playfulness is, as some of you probably have noticed, quite close to my heart. And just being able to attend a conference that big and do a talk there, that face-to-face, that is. We have also had some annoying remote years, but doing a talk face-to-face, as also in Agile Island, that was super amazing. And seeing some pretty good talks as well. And then I remember that back in 2019, I did a Liberating Structures inspiration session for something called Danish IT, where they had a project manager or in Danish projektledelse conference where I did some eco-cycle planning to help inspire how can we get a view on what we're doing. And that was pretty amazing at getting an invitation for that, me as software developer at that point in time. I've also been super lucky to attend the Scrum Master Toolbox podcast. And that's quite interesting for me because, as you know, Vasco behind this, he's very much a proponent for the no estimation. And my first video was on magic estimation, and I've later come to really treasure this idea of no estimation and then getting the data in other forms. Anyway, that was just a fun little side note. And one of the doors that also opened was this door to the Liberators, Barry and Christian, which has been absolutely pivotal for me in how I facilitate. And they have given me so many experiences, inviting me to co-design and co-facilitate the Liberating Structures Immersion workshop in Copenhagen together with the other members of the design community, being in their Scrum Master podcast, just doing a lot of awesome stuff with them. And I hope to continue working with Barry and Christian because they are like amazing people. I've also had the pleasure of being invited to an online conference by Dandy People, and I've talked a lot with Mia. We also met up at XP 2022, and I often use, for instance, Dandy People's posters, and that was kind of also an inspiration for some of these videos because this quick overview of a specific topic or area, I think they do it quite well, to say the least. And then also need to call out solution surfers, Jesper and Kati. They invited me to do a workshop, for instance, in Budapest, where we talked about Agile and how to get an introduction to Agile for coaches, which was super interesting. And this coaching journey for me over these last years has been, again, a mind-blowing experience. How can I help asking better questions also to myself, because as I've said on other occasions, I was a world-class champion in over-engineering stuff, maybe still am. And solution surfers were one of those that helped me starting on this journey. Other one was Bent Müllerup that now works at Better Change. I attended some training with him, and that really kickstarted my Agile journey together with a conference called AgiNext in London. I've had the pleasure of actually submitting a talk to an AgiNext conference and getting it accepted, but then due to COVID, the physical version of that was cancelled, which was super annoying. Then we also have, back to these awesome experiences, I had the pleasure of being invited by Saint-Gobain to their internal Agile conference and share how am I addressing this Agile way of working. And the same, at one point I posted a picture on LinkedIn with will do public speaking for food, and then Roland Beck invited me to make a presentation where he works, and then he actually sent me a box of food afterwards. And at first, when the mailman delivered the box, I was, what the hell is this? And then inside the box there was food and a note, food for talk, which I laughed, and I still think back on that experience. That was super fun. And throughout this, at my job, my full-time job at the Lego Group, I got at one point part of a team with Ike, Susan, Henrik, Camilla, Flemming, Nast, Splid, Nils. And that has been, again, one of the most important things for my journey, having good colleagues, having an awesome boss to help me develop professionally, to inspire me to learn new stuff so I could continue making these videos, to always have my back, to give feedback, ideas, input for these different things, presentations I've done. I owe quite a lot of gratitude to these people, and I hope to be able to see a lot of you going forward as well. And I hope to also return and do more conference speaking. So if you see some conferences that are looking for speakers, or if you know of a conference, then please let me know. And yes, this was a weird video. This was not the often with a specific topic. This was just me celebrating 5 years of videos every single week. And that's it. I hope you have a super awesome day. Now I will go and celebrate.